So I've not really thought about exile in the way that I have really understood it in the last few days in this course. I have always thought about exile as something that happened only to the people of Israel. And I never knew that in one way or the other in my life, I have also experienced exile. My name is Loveday Leonard, and I'm really glad I'm taking this course. I want to tell my story, a little story in light of the theme, exile. I remember 2007, 11th of August 2007 to be precise. That was on a Friday. I went on a youth camping program, and I love to dress well. I love to appear neat with my hair all prim and proper. And what actually brought me to the camp was a friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine, and she told me about Scripture Union camping program, and I really wanted to please her. Not that I wanted to be there, but because she asked me. So I took permission from my parents and I went. It's a distance, so I traveled down with the team. So that was on a Wednesday, and on the Thursday I told her this is so boring for me and I will be leaving. But she told me just hold on for the Friday night. Friday night is the ministration night, and after that, if you don't still love the camp, if you don't enjoy it, if you're not having a good experience, then you can leave. Again, I just wanted to please her, so I stayed back. So Friday night came, and like I said earlier on, I dressed well with my shirt all well ironed, with my hair well combed, and I decided to come in late to the event today. Ministration night, so it's like the power night, prayer night. So I decided to come late so that when I will come in, everybody will see my clothes, see my the fragrance of my body, the perfumes all over. So prior to this time in the camp on Wednesday, when we arrived at the location, the camp officers were all around me telling me, "Hey, why is your clothes not well buttoned? So why is it this way?" So I usually then the flapping up was what was raining, so I was flapping up my collar, and I had some bangles all over my chain, so I had to open up this button so that my chain would be showing. So they were telling me this is not how to dress in a camp and all of that, but I was just being stubborn. When they apprehended me, before they walk a mile, I'm back to the normal way I dress up, back to the way I was before. I never knew I was in exile. I never knew I was not in the Garden of Eden. I was not in God's presence. Though I was in the physical, place, the location, but spiritually I wasn't. So now that night came, I came in late with my clothes. This was the same way I have been dressing, and the minister that was praying, leading us in prayer that night, said, "Everybody please stand up and raise your hands up to the heavens." That was all I could remember. I reluctantly raised my hands and I blacked out. By the time I woke up, I could remember I was wearing a short-sleeved white t-shirt, a short-sleeved white shirt. So by the time I woke up, my white shirt, my hair everywhere was all messed up. It's as if I was used to clean the floor all around. And I saw myself almost at the altar, whereas I was far back at the auditorium, but then I was already at the altar, unconscious. By the time I woke up, all I could remember till today was everybody was already sleeping. The hall was empty, just few people here and there scattered praying. Then I saw my friend and some other people come in. I said, "Loveday, are you awake?" I said, "What happened to me? What happened to me?" And they were like, when the man of God was praying, was singing, he was singing a particular song, and you just blacked out and started rolling on the floor. And when they were trying to hold me, he said, "No, allow him. The Lord is working in his life." So long story short, when I woke up, I told myself, why am I dressed this way? I pulled down my collar by myself. This is the same thing the camp officers and everyone has been telling me to dress properly. I dressed properly by myself. I buttoned up by myself. So I was wearing a bangle, a big bangle. I removed it. I was sagging. I pulled up my trouser by myself. At that time, I realized that something spectacular has really happened in my life. So I was in tears. I was all saying, Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, I love you. Jesus, forgive me. Those are the words I could remember. I walked out of that auditorium a new person. It was like I was an outcast before that night. And after that night, I felt the love of Christ bringing me back, just like he brought the people of Israel from Babylon back to Jerusalem. That was my story. And I pray that God will always keep me and help me to remain in Jerusalem and never again to go down to Babylon. Thank you.